welcome back, baby.
Yo.
This is episode 47 of the Central Save Point Podcast.
Oh.
How you doing so far?
Oh, that makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of things make you uncomfortable. Do it.
Yeah, a lot of things make you uncomfortable. Like
This one, baby. How you doing so far?
all right, we're back. We've got a crazy episode today. We've got heaps of topics.
No more music.
No more music, but we will bring it up at some point. Topic number one, the Rizzler is friends with everyone.
He's a bit of a hotspot for celebrity encounters at the moment.
The Rizzler, he's back. Do you even know the Rizzler?
No, you did that brain rot quiz where you asked me who it was. I still don't know who it was. Something to do with some football player or something, wasn't it?
No, you're thinking of Baby Gronk.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking
I was
of.
going to say, because that Rizzler was a different Rizzler than the one that's around now.
I
Yeah.
have no idea who the Rizzler is.
So
no.
the Rizzler is a little Italian boy who blew up on TikTok, and he does the Riz face. He goes like that. He goes,
Right, okay.
Basically, the reason I bring it up is that
Before he was famous.
before he was famous, he was Black Panther as well.
God, yeah.
We think he might have been at Comic-Con while we're recording this. Comic-Con just ended, but we don't know.
Yeah,
It looks
I think
like
it was Comic-Con.
I feel like I've seen photos before. He's just randomly playing Mario Kart against like all these celebrities.
With the whole cast of Superman. He's there with Nathan Fillion. Just random cast.
People. He's there with like the Walking Dead cast. Who was this one that I've got up in the year? He's got Nathan Fillion. He's got fucking. Let me get Rizzler Mario Kart.
I mean, look, people have gotten famous for far more dumber reasons.
Because he
No,
was
but
also
the thing
with
is, we
Big
don't know
Boom.
why he's playing it with them. The Rizzler, that's what he
There
does.
you go.
He's just a kid that just does silly little things. But he's just playing Mario Kart with all these random people. There's just photos of it. I don't think there's any footage.
Yeah, I saw the TikTok thing today. Okay. Oh.
Like, I don't know who they
There
are.
must be some sort of
there's-
green room type thing in.
There's got to be, like, celebs are being forced to play Mario Kart with the Rizzler now.
Like, if it was like promoting the Mario movie, that could be kind of cool. But I mean,
I don't know why he's doing it.
do we know the relationship with him and the other, is it the Costco guys?
The Costco guys, yeah,
Yeah.
who have sort of fallen off. He doesn't know them. Like, he's not related to them.
No, I
he's
didn't
he's
think they were
famous,
related.
so they started doing videos together. So just
There's a five
him
big-
with Nathan Fillion. This is just random. He's playing with all these random people. Fuck off! I'm not signing the
Come
Facebook.
on, Facebook. So it's an interesting. It must be some Mario Kart promotion.
I was about to say, considering how many of the pillows there have Nintendo Switch 2 on them, I'm willing to bet it's a Nintendo booth or something.
I just like how he's. I don't know. Imagine this kid is like, yeah, we're gonna pay you 10 grand every day, and you're gonna sit down and play Mario Kart with all these celebrities.
I saw
And
it.
he doesn't look like he gives a fuck in most of them.
No, I saw somewhere he won and he was like full ecstatic, and then the other ones where he got beat and he's just sitting there like angry face, like just like I don't want to be here anymore. And then
Yeah.
the next clip is him winning again.
Yeah, who are these people? Like, who's that?
That's the other Amel brother. I
I
honestly
don't know who
couldn't tell
that is. I don't know who they. That's Nathan Fillion. Him there beating him.
I
That-
mean,
Is that Alison Brie?
I think, no, it's like a senator or something. 'cause
No,
someone-
not the lady in the
I
dress.
don't know
the
who
other
they are either.
one. Oh wait, go back.
That's the Dexter cast, I think. Was he in Dexter?
It might be the new.
But that's that guy. He's in heaps of things.
I can't
Dashman or
remem-
something.
I can't remember his name. He's supposed to be.
He's Polka Dot Man.
Yeah,
he's-
he is.
Yes, but he's supposed to be M. Bison in the upcoming live-action Street Fighter movie.
Oh, interesting.
Really?
Yes, it's not who I would pick for.
Do you know the reason why M. Bison's called M. Bison?
I don't know what the M stands for. No.
So,
Mario Kart, obviously.
yes, exactly. M. Bison, like do you know who M. Bison is?
I know the
Ben?
name.
Is
I'll
that-
probably recognize it when I see it.
M.
but-
Bison is this guy
Yeah, okay,
from
yeah,
Street
no, I
Fighter.
do.
Yeah, look, there he is.
Got a Magneto vibe going on.
Yeah, he's like, well, he's got like psychic powers and things like that. So in Japan, I believe it's in Japan, or they might have just changed it in general, but his name is Balrog in Japan.
Oh,
And Balrog,
It's a little bit
It's-
different.
Balrog Street Fighter. Believe it, it's Balrog. He's the fighter guy. In Japan, he's called M. Bison. as a reference to Mike Tyson. So they changed it because they were worried about copyright.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is this like a Resident Evil Biohazard thing again, where they just flip the names?
I was telling you
Essentially,
before that 50 Cent has been cast as someone in the new Street Fighter movie. Balrog is who he's been cast as.
So I don't know. Is the Philippou brothers still doing the Street Fighter
I
movie?
don't think they ever ended up on a deal with it or not. They really wanted to.
Yeah, because
I
I
think
remember
that would be
it.
sick. I don't know who's going ahead with the directing or anything anymore.
Yeah, because I was going to say a lot of the stuff I'd been hearing about it recently made me think that they didn't get it. So it was like, that's the decision.
It's probably too many creative differences that they were.
Yeah, they probably wanted to be too accurate and too.
Yeah. Hopefully they
I
do
feel
like
they
a
would do
locked off
they would do a
cam.
really good job.
If they did like a locked off cam from like side profile like in the games, I reckon that would be cool. And I think they could do it really well, but I don't think a studio is going to take a chance on something like that when they could have a massive franchise here.
It sucks when they just let people. I don't want to get too much onto like what we talked about last week with Superman and stuff.
Yeah,
or the
but
week
when they let
before
people
that.
just create, it's
But the
usually-
people who, when studios let people just make stuff who know about that series or anything and are faithful to it and don't really interfere, it almost always ends up really good.
Yeah.
Yep, well liked by fans
Yeah.
and critics.
Well,
Yeah,
they've
I mean,
the Philippou brothers have done heaps of stuff with like things they like. All the Harry Potter stuff was cool. I'm pretty sure they've done Street Fighter
they
stuff
have
before.
they've done Street Fighter
Dragon
videos
Ball?
before. I'm pretty sure they did Dragon Ball, Naruto. They've done a fair few things.
And they all look sick. And they're all
They
just
do.
doing them in their backyard
do.
and they look great. And they had the chance to get real money behind it here and maybe not. Again, we're not going to fact check any of this. So
No, we don't do that
Um,
here. There's no way
speaking
for
of-
us to look it up.
Speaking
Yeah.
of not fact checking and also people being called after certain things, random thing I saw the other day was, do you know why Mario is called Mario?
Yeah, because it's the name of the guy who owned the
Who leased
warehouse
to
Nintendo in New York or whatever.
Yeah, and when
I knew
Nintendo
that.
ran into financial difficulties, he gave him a couple of months or so
Rent, yeah.
rent free just while they got their shit together, and so they named, hey, we're making this new character, we're going to name it after you, and it
kind of
just
cool.
blew up.
Do you reckon
Yeah.
they look similar?
Kind of. He was an American, but he was like American Italian, so kind
The
of.
real Mario. Let's have a look.
Yeah, there's a black and white photo of him somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, fact fiction.
Isn't that the guy from the Super Mario Bros movie?
I don't know. Oh, is that Mario in real life? I thought so. God, yeah. This has always been one of my favorite images, where it's like, there's what Mario looks like in the Unreal Engine.
There was a guy on Twitter that was going around doing this, making like ultra realistic video game characters and stuff, like all like the real animated. Some of them looked really cool. Some of them were terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Like, but yeah, very 64 Mario floating head pose there.
Did
I
you
know
know?
one of the bigger ones were like the lifelike Pokemon, like created by AI, and that. Some of them look really, really cool. Unfortunately, a lot of the original 150 look like, oh, that's a bit disappointing. And then it gets to the humanoid ones, and it's just like, oh no, don't do that. That's
Submissive and breedable.
oh, it's yeah.
Oh, come here, Vaporeon.
That's Brock's favorite Pokemon, by the way, guys.
No.
Yeah.
You told us.
Favorite is Charizard, and then Nidoking.
Very.
What
very,
did you just say?
Nidoking.
Yeah, right. Well, I'll make sure to remember what. 821. We'll just make sure we cut that out.
Yeah. Just the back half of that word.
Yeah. It is a good word, the second half of that.
Yeah.
Do you have something else to bring to the table? Are
I
we
do have a
already out of
question.
topics, are we?
Well, did we even finish the first topic? I don't even remember what the first topic was.
Rizzler.
now. The Rizzler, right. Yeah, what a topic.
You didn't even
Fuck you, cunt.
No, okay.
All right, so the next topic I've got is that, have you seen, we can't really play the video, but on TikTok, this chick blew up because it was her singing to Bring Me to Life by Evanescence.
Oh, God.
Back to
And-
music.
Yeah, no, it will get something. And she was like, the caption was, men will never understand this song. And it's just her singing the bridge, like, wake me up inside, wake me up and save me. Like just miming to it. But you go into the comments and every single comment is saying, you don't even know where this is originally from. And it's just Dragon Ball Z GIFs. Because every single AMV in the world used fucking
Yeah.
Bring Me to
Yeah.
Life. and it just literally keeps going down. And she got a barrage from it, every single set of her comments and all of her
I'm
TikToks
surprised
now.
there wouldn't be a few Daredevil gifs on there.
Really?
Well, because wasn't that where that song, like, that was the main soundtrack for that movie, the original Daredevil movie?
Well, with Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Maybe. You know what?
I haven't watched that movie in ages. That and Elektra are really good for their time.
For their time.
I feel
yeah.
like that came out a little bit later. I could be wrong though. I feel like Bring Me
I
to
know
Life-
it was definitely like on the soundtrack for it.
Yeah.
Because it's the big, like, every time he leaps off a building, it's the wake me up inside.
I do know what
chord.
you're talking about. I also feel like that was just one fan edit that's kind of just been ingrained in our heads now.
No, that was one of the few superhero movies I had as a kid.
I want to have a look at this.
Kid.
Brother, you were
You'd have
20
been
at
in
this
your
point.
20s.
No, I was like 12, but anyway.
What, in 2005?
It was earlier than that, wasn't it?
I think it was around that time.
2003.
2003. Okay, maybe it did come out at the same time. But I know I know Evanescence wasn't on the soundtrack for it, and I know
Yeah, you are correct. It is on the soundtrack. It's a great soundtrack, actually.
It
and
is.
I know Evanescence weren't on the soundtrack to this. And I know it was Paramore, but I always think that Evanescence was on the Twilight soundtrack.
The Code is one of their biggest songs, too.
Yeah, it very much it's got the same vibe, doesn't it? Yeah. Fuck, I love Paramore, not as much as you, obviously.
Yeah.
Ben's a big Paramore fan. Fuck, I should have put that in last week's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you saw that right at the end?
I did, yes.
Your camera died, so I just put things up you like. I just put fucking Disneyland with Sora and then Oscar Piastri or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, he was
Piastri.
he was
Piastri,
far more nice to you than he was when my camera ran out that
Yeah,
one
well, we
time.
were working on yours together. We're like, what should we put in for Brock? So we're just finding bad Sonic photos.
I forget what I was saying.
No, I haven't seen that edit of it yet. I'll watch it on Thursday.
But yeah, I always got that.
I
feeling
do
for
get the
Twilight,
same
yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
Same with their monster song from the Transformers soundtrack. I never
And
thought
this
it was
is why
them.
they're very similar.
Yeah, very, very similar.
Very similar. Let me see if this is the one I'm thinking of. No, it's not.
We're not giving
Fucking
any
hell. Oh, no, this one.
information. Dragon Ball Bring Me to Life.
Yeah, it's this chick.
13th RSN LOL.
So she's put this up. Only women would understand this song, I swear. And then you look at the comments. Oh, it looks like they've got rid of them. Oh,
You know, you can add photos and gifs to message
I
on
think
TikTok
that's what
comments
this
now.
is. I think all of these
It's just,
kanji characters
it's
are the
just
GIF.
Dragon Ball.
I think it's just they're all the GIFs and they're just not working because it's online
Yeah, it's on a browser.
on the browser. Yeah, but every single one is just that. Meaningless, huh? What do you know of meaningless? Spend most of your life ruled by another. Watch your race dwindle in a handful and then tell me what your meaning.
I
there
read
is
the
straight-
first two lines and I thought it was a thing on like sexism or something.
No, it's
then
just-
I read the next bit and I was like, oh no, it's Dragon Ball.
It's just when Vegeta's talking to
Dragon Ball speech
I
or
think when
women's
he's talking
suffrage,
to
which are the other?
someone, I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
But that's that one.
Yeah.
I think that's the speech he has to either Kui or to Dodoria on Planet Namek.
I don't think he
God, you're a
doesn't
nerd.
really have a speech to Kui.
No, it just blows him up. I
Yeah,
know
he
it
blows
does
him
say
up.
something to him.
Oh, he says a couple things. I don't think he says anything related to Dodoria either. He kills Dodoria. He gets fucked up by Zarbon.
Yes. Oh, maybe. He says it to
I feel like
one
he
of
said
the.
that to Frieza.
Well, no, because he wouldn't say, "What do you know about being ruled by another?" Because
Yeah.
if he's addressing Frieza, he'd say like,
Yeah. Either way, Ben's.
I'm looking it up.
or does
Ben's
he say
looking
it
on
to
his
someone in
phone.
the Ginyu Force? Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think he says much to the Ginyu Force.
No.
We'll get away from Dragon Ball talk. But one other thing I was going to say, this is a little gaming fact, is this is going to be a bit of a Mandela effect. This is only really for you, Brock, because Ben won't know this. Halo 3 ODST. Did you know it never rained in that game?
Supreme Kai is the guy that he was talking to.
Surely not Supreme Kai. Oh no, Supreme Kai, yeah. I was thinking of King Kai. Yeah, but in Halo 3 ODST, it never rains. have a distinct memory of it being wet and rainy in that
But
game.
in ODST,
In ODST, it never rains.
is it not raining in that very first level when you're walking through the
That's
streets?
exactly
at night?
what everyone thinks. It's the biggest Mandela effect ever. I'll tell you what happened. So I saw a video about this the other day. It's
Because I know there's all the gifs of the guys in ODST, like at
Yeah,
cons and that,
so-
splashing around in puddles and that as the.
well, it's what it is that a storm is coming in or just about to go. They put lightning effects in the air. They couldn't get on the 360
The rain effects.
the rain effects to work. It was going to be too taxing. So what they did in the Master Chief Collection, they added in rain. But in the original 360 release, there is no rain in that game.
Does that mean there's a
I've-
360? Does that mean in the PC version that there was?
There is now.
Yeah.
Yeah. They added it in later on.
Because I played the original on 360
I.
well
That's-
more than the Master Chief. Like,
Same.
I played Master Chief most recently.
That's what
but
most people have is through Master Chief. I mean, through 360. Yep. There's
You've
never rain.
completely destroyed
I
my
know.
worldview here. Like
Because
just
I mean, that game. I know it sounds like such a nothing thing, but the rain and the atmosphere in ODST.
That-
the atmosphere is
that-
so closely tied to it raining.
that opening level, that soundtrack, that like you
Bling,
can't listen to that without
bling.
thinking like just walking through rain.
Blung, blung. Yeah, well, I will say, when they've got like that almost Star Wars-esque, not title crawl, but the title with like the words and then it's slash between, that's raining there and it's got like a storm in the background. But no, in the actual gameplay, there's no rain. You walk around, there's puddles on the ground like it's been
Yeah.
raining. But that game, that and rain together, I've always thought synonymous of each other.
That's
Very interesting.
Makes me want to replay ODST. That's
Oh,
such
yeah,
a fucking good
100%.
game. Halo 3 ODST has got all the Halo Bungie games have got amazing soundtracks.
yes.
Amazing soundtracks. We will talk about that at a different time.
Yes,
Possibly
we
episode
need-
50.
Speaking of Halo, that leads me into the question I was gonna ask before when you asked me if I had anything, then cut me off.
I actually have something to say about Xbox
Oh.
360s.
Dick.
With the Xbox 360s having the red ring of death and like half the consoles like just stopped working.
I saw this on
Do
Twitter.
you think that if a console these days had that same problem and half their consoles didn't work, that the company would have survived?
No, I'm with you. I saw this. So yeah, it was what are you laughing at?
He's laughing because I cut him off and he just ruined our segue.
No, because that was my thing that I sent to the group chat last week.
I don't read your messages.
Oh. Either way, yeah. So if for people who don't remember, because it was, you got to think this was
20 years
20 years ago
Yeah.
now. The original batch of 360s, not even original, was for the first few years of 360s, but mostly that first batch had a problem where they would get too hot and it would unsolder a part on the motherboard and it would fuck up the console and it would have a red ring of death. So basically when you turned on the console, it had these 4 LEDs around the Xbox circle and 3 of them would light up red and they'll just flash.
And just meant that the console was balked.
And it was meant it was fucked. Did you ever have a red ring?
No, I was lucky.
I had one.
Second ring.
Yeah, the second ring. Shout out to Fur Real.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a very big issue. Cost Microsoft million. I think it was. They say in the Xbox documentary, it was like 300-400 million or something. It was a fucked amount.
Yeah.
So they paid for all of them to get picked up by Toll. I think it was Toll or FedEx or something, and sent back. It was a long process. Took forever. But in the end, it was one of the only times I know of where a product failed in the market because they pushed it out too early and it ended up not really
tanking that product.
not really,
despite
but
the
in the
failure.
end sort of benefiting because they got out just enough in time when people were really dying for a new console. I feel like the PS2 Xbox to 360 PS3 was probably the biggest jump.
Yep.
I feel like in the console.
Performance-wise, absolutely.
Yeah, it feels like there was a very big difference between those consoles and people were dying for it. So the 360 coming out a whole year earlier than the PS3,
Definitely gave it that head
it
start.
really did,
yeah.
even with that big hindrance.
Back to the actual question though, I don't think any console coming out these days, if they screwed up that bad, No, they wouldn't survive. People would tear them to shreds. If the Switch 2 had a massive failure like that, where just randomly, like I know some people have had problems with overheating on it.
They're not having
but-
red ring level things though.
No, it's like it's bricking the console, but it's also being found that, hey, you pushed it right up against the wall and it doesn't have any intake or anything like that. No, if the Switch 2 had like failed like that, there's no way that it would have sold as big as it did. Nintendo can hype it up all they want. No, would not survive.
Yeah. The Switch 2 only did because people were like, I want a new handheld, and I just don't understand the hype behind the Switch 2. Stupid.
It's a good console. It needs more stuff to actually show that off properly, but I'm enjoying it. But it also, most of the games I would have enjoyed on the Switch 1.
Yeah, well, I mentioned this before we started recording, that PlayStation are looking at opening up their games to third parties to run on other other consoles and stuff. So there could be some
Xbox.
Yeah, Xbox and Switch and that sort of thing. I don't know what games they'd bring across to the Switch, for instance.
And Xbox is supposed to be integrating Steam libraries and whatnot soon.
Yeah.
I will say, I feel like I think it would be smarter for both Nintendo and Microsoft, not Nintendo, Microsoft, PlayStation and Xbox, let's just say, to maybe not put their games on Nintendo consoles.
No.
I feel like it's better if they just talk between those two,
Yeah.
because that's their real competition. I think it's way more of a hindrance to them putting it on a Switch, because that's a lot of people. I know a lot of people who have an original Switch and just have that. They don't really play games. That's just their like fun little gaming console thing, and there's nothing wrong with that at all.
No.
But I feel like it's definitely going to help them a lot more try and cross-pollinate, I guess you could say, between just those two, the Xbox and the PlayStation, because they've always felt way more like rivalry, brotherly.
Yeah. Switch has always had its niche of I'm the family-friendly console. And
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be as big into the we're for big kids, we're the adult gamers.
I will say I do feel like the Switch hype has very much died down. Donkey Kong's definitely given it a bit of a boost,
Yeah.
but
They should have launched with it. I don't know
they
why
should have. They really should have.
People are going to get Mario Kart. People are going to buy Mario Kart regardless if it's with the console bundle.
Yeah.
They should have put Donkey Kong with it. So that way people have the game, they'll play it, and then they can still pick up Mario Kart if they want it.
Do you think that's an aspect of a thing we were saying just before we started recording, how it's one of those games where they should have held off a little bit longer, and they looked at it and went, no, this needs a little bit longer to bake?
No, I think it was purely
That's did it to have a second wind of Nintendo, like Tom was saying.
I think it's purely because of that. It was too close to launch for it to make that much of a difference for how long they had it in the oven.
I mean, look, the Switch needed another launch title. Honestly.
It did.
Mario Kart World is fine, but
You're not keeping anyone around with Mario
No.
Kart though. It's a good party game, but there's not people who are dying to come home and play Mario Kart every night. Unless you're playing with friends every night and things like that. I feel like they should have had probably Mario Kart and Donkey Kong come out now, and then within the next 6 months of it coming out, something akin to Zelda where you could keep coming back and playing.
Yeah.
They
Because, they upgraded the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom to take advantage of the new hardware.
Yeah, but it's
there's
not-
no extra content there.
No, that's the
it's
problem.
It's just much better performance.
I mean, has Nintendo still got plans, or did they ever have plans for DLC for Tears of the Kingdom?
Not that I've seen.
'Cause I think it's a massive missed opportunity.
I mean, look, they had it for Breath of the Wild, and it did fine. I think Tears of the Kingdom could definitely use some extra stuff here and there. They may have something coming out, but I just haven't heard anything.
Yeah, it would be good if they did. If they brought some stuff out, and not necessarily exclusive for the Switch 2, but the Switch 2 really amps up performance
Oh, yeah.
with
Or
whatever
it's free if you bought the
or whatever
remastered version
whatever
of
the
it or something.
DLC is or whatever. That would be something where I'd be tempted, because I didn't fully get through Tears of the Kingdom, and I think a lot of it was because I wanted to play it in handheld mode, and it was really hindered by how shit that performed on handheld.
I mean, I didn't find too much of a problem with it, but I know...
Mine was very stuttery. I do have a very early on,
So do I. I've got a original launch Switch.
yeah, well, mine was stuffy around.
Mine didn't. But
Because
anyways,
it's
it's...
a Nintendo product in 2015.
Yeah, exactly.
Just give us a good Pokemon game again. Which they've got the
Yeah.
3 coming out sometime this year. 2 of them are going to be playable on mobile. So I don't know how well they're going to perform on the actual
What's
Switch.
going on mobile?
The Pokemon Champion game, where it's like the competitive battle one sort of thing. And then there's another Pokemon puzzle game, I think it is, and there's like 1,500 puzzles. I don't know what type of puzzle.
Yeah, it's one of those Pokemon games where it really isn't a Pokemon game. They just slap the title on. And
yeah, it'll be like
reskin
crosswords with Pokemon names and all that sort of thing.
Either that or the sliding one that they had for 3DS.
What was your guys' thoughts on Pokemon Ranger back in the day?
I never played it.
I played it for maybe like an hour or two. I don't remember much of it, honestly.
I remember getting it as a kid and being like, yeah, this is really fun. And but like also immediately being like, this isn't Pokemon.
Yeah, am I remembering correctly? That's the one on the original DS where you had to like circle around
Yeah.
You had
the
to
Pokemon
circle around
with, the
with
stylus.
like a fucking Beyblade.
Yeah.
And I didn't really like that because it's like there was so many Pokemon games they pushed out there, and as kids, you thought, oh, another Pokemon, but no, it's not.
I had that exact same experience when I got when they first brought out Mystery Dungeon.
I was just about to say Mystery Dungeon.
I got
as well.
it for Christmas, and I remember opening it, and then it says Pokemon up the top, and I was like, hectic. I got a new Pokemon game to play, and I was like, I don't know what this is. Played it for a bit, didn't really like it, and I was like, oh, I don't get to do any of the cool stuff.
Yep.
And
And
yet,
then I went back and played it years later, and I was like, this is actually quite kind of fun.
Oh,
I
yes.
get why I hated it.
I was
Just
gonna
about to say, I want to go back. I was thinking in the last few months about Mystery Dungeon. So I had the version that was on DS, and I remember playing it as a kid and just playing it because I had it and not really enjoying it.
yeah,
I feel like if I'd go back now, because it's just a party-based RPG, isn't it?
more or less. I mean,
Yeah.
it sold well enough that they remastered.
They redid
remade it for the Switch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like Mystery Dungeon Red Team or something.
Yeah, I had
Red Rescue Team.
Yeah, it was Rescue Team. So I had Blue, I think, on the original DS. There was two versions of it on the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
Which is normal for
might have a
Pokemon.
look at that.
They
I do
need to
feel
stop
like
doing that.
something like that, because Mystery Dungeon, from what I remember, was fairly.
The Super Mystery Dungeon.
It wasn't super intense.
No.
I feel like that would be great on a phone.
Yeah, I mean, look, I have it emulated on my phone.
course
It
you
plays
do.
quite well.
Yeah, but you're all about that.
Yes.
All
I
about that
like
bass,
retro
that
games.
bass, no treble.
I did see some controversy about her online the other day. It wasn't really about her. It was about more her fans. Megan Trainor put up some video of her singing, and then all the comments, it was like they stitched together. It was like when she was not the ideal skinny performer, everyone was bashing on her to lose weight. Now that she's also, they're like, oh, we preferred you when you were not as skinny.
Yeah.
And it's just going back and forth. And all the comments like, what do you want out of this woman?
You always see that. It's such a back and forth thing. Like, you see a lot of the time where they'll bash people when they get skinny, and they say, especially with comedians, and say, you're not funny anymore.
Yeah. They did that with Tom Segura quite a bit.
Yep, there's a lot of that, and it's like, oh, well, what do you want from them? They're better than themselves. But then also, you see the inverse. Like, for example, Lizzo. She always used to push out body positivity, be body positive, blah, blah, blah. She lost a ton of weight, and there's been a big thing online saying she doesn't say that anymore, does she? As soon as she lost the weight,
I don't know.
it's just people are just always going to have something to complain about, though.
Oh, yeah.
Did they do a South Park episode on her?
They probably did.
It was about sort of like Ozempic or something like that, but then they called it something else, and around that time where they did the Prime ripoff. I can't think what it was
Oh,
called.
yeah. I didn't watch a lot of the newer South Park stuff. Not that it's bad, I just haven't watched it.
No, I haven't watched South Park in ages.
I do feel like
same.
South Park, I think we might have talked about this, one of the only shows I don't think really had a massive drop-off in quality. There's episodes that are definitely meh, but it's, as a whole, compared to most TV shows and especially animated comedies,
Long-running shows.
Yeah, it's
especially,
just-
yeah.
You've got that.
particularly good.
You've got that flexibility when you don't have an overarching story. You can kind of just do whatever you want.
Well, they
and just-
do have overarching seasons now, but yeah, I know exactly
Yeah.
what you mean.
It's like we were talking about Rick and Morty last night. How like before all the controversy happened with all the whatever his name was,
Justin Rowland.
there was some form of overarching story the whole way through,
Hmm.
and then the last two seasons have just been they're just like skit episodes. They're all completely separate.
It's just
Yeah.
week to week. It's
Yeah.
never, an overarching thing. Which, look, plenty of shows have done well with that format. It's a weird thing for an established show to make that pivot mid-lifetime.
Yeah. I don't think they ever expected they were going to come back after he got fired or released from his contract or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, each to their own, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. What did you have to say, Brock? You had something that you wanted to talk about.
This burning Halo Xbox-ish.
what game have you played? Like, what single player game that has a like story campaign have you played through the most times? Because for me, it's going to be one of the Halos, probably.
I was just about to say the same thing, but I probably couldn't tell you because there's a few games that I'm like, I've played that a fuck ton. Probably, I will say Halo was always that game that I don't know what to play. I'm just going to put Halo on and fuck around.
Same for me.
Generally, it was Halo 3. I feel like that was always the one that I'd jump back to, and then maybe Reach as well.
Mm-hmm.
But probably Halo 3. But in more recent times, maybe Metal Gear Solid 3. That game I've played a fuck ton. Like I've been watching someone do like a playthrough of it the last couple of days, like a guy I follow online, and I'm just like, man, I know so much about this game. Like, oh yeah, just do this. It's like, it's one of those games where I can pick it up because it's got weird controls.
Yeah.
It's got weird controls, but I can pick it up and muscle memory kicks in so quick.
Yeah.
Mine would be probably Halo 2, because that I got that when I first got it. No, I just hadn't moved out of home, but like Mum had like a granny flat thing put together, and I ended up living out there.
To the end of Prohibition?
Would have been about 15, 16 maybe. But like Halo
2004.
2. Yeah. But yeah, Halo 2 would definitely be the one I'd play through the most because I was just out in my room all the time. After that, it's either going to be Tales of Symphonia or Sudeki. It'd be a RPG of some kind.
Real shit.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny.
I feel like you wouldn't have played.
Any good games?
I'm talking about like, I guess yes and no, but like completed the game. Surely, like you played those RPGs that many times that you completed them.
Tales of Symphonia has a new game plus where you carry over all like a certain number.
How many times do you think you beat it though?
6, maybe.
Rookie numbers. I think
compared to all the other games that I played through once, and were like, cool, that's that game done.
That's fair. I think mine would probably be Sly Cooper 3.
Yeah.
And probably Dishonored 2. I think I've got like 90 hours in that game. It's maybe an 11-hour story, maybe.
Yeah.
Just trying to get all the trophies and stuff for the platinum. I should have finished it by now, but I always keep coming back to it months later and forgetting what I'm up to
and doing something. Yeah.
And screwing my progress up. So, I mean, that game's just great. You can play it 6 different ways every time you do it, so it's not limiting at all.
Yeah, that's cool. That's what Metal Gear's like as well. It's like there's so many different types of playthroughs I've just never done.
Yeah, because like you got to do the one where you don't get seen or you can't use powers. So there's ways to get up onto a roof of a building without having to like portal up there, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just climbing up it and shit like that.
Yeah, but there's no like climb mechanics. You just like mantle onto stuff. So you've got to like get up to a point where you can jump onto the ledge first.
Okay, yeah.
And honestly, like platformers and first-person shooters, like they are the easiest things to play through multiple times.
Usually things that have got level selects.
Yeah, and I understand what like the disbelief of like an RPG being finished multiple times, because those are such grindy games most of the time, especially these days when they're like, oh yeah, this is 100-hour grind. Like
I couldn't beat Persona 5 twice.
Yeah,
I beat it the first time, and then they brought out Royal years later, and I couldn't beat it during lockdown because of how long it was going to fucking take.
Going to Tales of Symphonia, I had it on GameCube, finished it about 6 or 7 times, I don't know, but have like hundreds upon hundreds of hours in it easily. I then bought the remaster for Nintendo Switch. I've played the first hour or so, haven't picked it up again since.
Yeah.
Because I want to play it, but I also know how much gameplay there is in there and how much there is to get through. I'm just like,
I do have another one.
I don't kind of want to do it again.
That I remember because I've played this I've beaten it probably about 2 or 3 times at least on each console I've bought it on, and I've bought it like 5 times. Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
I own Resident Evil 4 on the 360. I've got it on the PS4. I've got it on the PS5. I think I've got it on PC. And I've played that game a fuck ton. And then I wouldn't really count the remake because it's so different, but also so similar. That as well.
See, I can't count that. I've played it a lot, but I've played the first section a lot, like up until you get to the lake, basically. I've played that area a lot.
Same, but for me, it's basically up up till that last island, which most people sort of like, it's not that good.
Yeah.
It's not bad, definitely not bad, but not as good
It's
as
the weak part of that
as
story.
the village
of
and
that
the
game.
Yeah.
I need like 2 weeks off and just sit down and play all the Resident Evil games.
The problem with that is you should, because they're so good, but they're just, I think I said this a couple of weeks ago, is that all the games are so different.
Yeah.
So it will take longer for you to beat. If you wanted to play just even the remakes, it will take longer to beat Resident Evil 1 remake than it will probably take to beat 2 and 3 together.
Yeah.
Because it is
With
the
tank
old
controls
school
and-
tank going around the mansion, proper survival
Which
horror.
isn't a bad thing because
No.
like, there's enough variety there that it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm playing a new
No,
game.
it feels great.
This is
It's
just the
really
last
good.
game.
They're really fun games. You need to be in the mood for them. Then it's Code Veronica that's like that, but then the newer remakes are way more action based. I was going to play Resident Evil 2 remake the other night because I haven't played that in ages, and it's such a good combo between the two.
Yeah.
Unlike 4, which is way more action oriented, which is not a bad thing at all. But I just wanted to have one that was a bit more survival horror-y. But they're great games. You really should. Like, I think that's a series you really need to play.
Yeah, I don't
think-
know why I never haven't played them. Like, I don't think there was a few people in high school that had played them, but there was not something like up until like the YouTubers got into like their horror game sort of arc thing with everything. I didn't really hear much. Like, I mean, I played Outlast and all that sort of stuff. But
I feel like RE is definitely one of those series that is newer fans or newer gamers never really got into. Because it was by the time a lot of people were like, by the time you would have maybe gotten into it, it was up to Resident Evil 5.
yeah, I would have had to
Which-
have it on the PlayStation to start with, and then go from there, which I was.
And it is a
4.
continuing story. A lot of people still bought it because the gameplay was so good. A lot of people jumped on it 4 and things like that. But you're starting halfway through a series. And that's why this, like for example, Metal Gear is super popular, but how many people do you know have played the Metal Gear games?
I had one mate who played Phantom Pain, and that was about it. Because it was the
on
demo, and then we
Yeah.
got it on Plus.
That's
So
what I
that was
mean.
it.
Like no one.
I know a bunch of people that have played them. There's only 2 people I can think of, and you're one of them, that have played all of them. Like,
And that's the thing. It's like
everyone's tried one at least once. but
incredibly
no one's-
popular series, but
Yeah.
it is one of those games story wise. Even if you play Metal Gear Solid up to the Phantom Pain, you still haven't played. You still don't. You've started halfway through the story.
Yeah.
So there's 2 games on the NES or NES and then the MSX.
Yeah, the Metal Gear ones.
Yeah, Metal Gear 1 and 2. So there's things like that. I really think you should play Metal Gear as well.
Yeah. It's just, you said you've got a copy of like all of them in some regard, but it's just,
Yeah, I've got them on.
it needs to be a condensed, like, here's the collection. It's all in one thing. Pay you $150 and
Yeah.
Well, the problem is the only one out of the Metal Gear games that you can't really play at the moment is Metal Gear Solid 4, which could be my favorite.
yeah.
It's so different, but it's still really good. And that's because it's been locked on the PS3.
Yeah.
That game is only on PS3. People have been dying for it on other consoles for years.
Yeah.
Metal
It
Gear
would be too
Solid.
hard to get a PS3.
I've got one, and I've got a copy of the game.
No.
Like,
well,
I mean, the copy of the game is up here somewhere. I
But
think.
also people
no, I don't
want
think you brought it up. You
No,
brought
it's
it
up
down.
there. but
people
it's
want
signed as well.
convenience. People don't want to have to like jump
Correct.
back and forth
Yep.
between
Because
different
if I go,
consoles.
okay, cool, now it's time to play Resident Evil, and then it's like, okay, I've got to spend 40 minutes trying to find a way to get the
You
game.
could play.
I mean, I could play all the remakes, but
You
I mean,
could
it's the
play
same idea.
MGS4 through an emulator. But
I've
the
got
problem
one
is
on my PC.
that game is you need you probably be fine with your computer, but a lot of people, those emulators for MGS4 especially, you need a beefy computer. So it was really pushing what the PS3 could do
Well,
in
that's
2008.
that's the
Yeah.
problem with a lot of PlayStation emulators is like you're not just emulating the game, you're emulating all the hardware needed to run, it, which is what most emulators do. But PS3, the Vita, PS4, they're really, really finicky in having needing a lot of performance behind them in order to properly emulate the systems behind running
Yeah.
the game, not just emulating the game
I
itself.
remember I downloaded a PS2 emulator on my old laptop, not a gaming laptop. It worked well for about 15 minutes, and then I blue screen, and then I had to delete it.
Yeah.
But like, I got the PS3 emulator on my computer now, and that runs Skate and a few other games fairly well. No issues there.
All right, we're back. We did like a big monster piss because we had monsters and they made us piss. Besides Brock.
Absolutely. He's not allowed to have
Not
that
allowed them anymore.
No.
You need to do something new this weekend that you've never done before since I've known you.
And that was.
Gamble.
Oh yeah, Brock was gambling like crazy.
Yeah.
He said, "More chili."
What were you playing? Where's the gold?
Where's the gold?
Where's the gold?
Where's the
Yeah.
gold?
Yeah.
Fucking find it.
Didn't win anything. No. Dumbass machine.
What I was going to say while we're talking about emulation, which is similar, because I remember trying to download a PS3 emulator on my MacBook a while ago, and some things worked, some things didn't. But something that did just come to Mac native now is Cyberpunk.
Yes.
Now has a Mac release. I've got a Mac, an M2 Max chip in this computer, 32 gigabyte of RAM.
Flex on them.
It's not that good anymore. I mean, it's still an amazing computer, but it's definitely not the top tier one.
No.
These went crazy sale the other week. But yeah, got a Mac M2 Max MacBook, and this was running Cyberpunk at like high ultra settings at like 90 to 120 frames.
It was doing far, far better than I was expecting.
Exactly. Yeah, it was really good. It was only running the game at the native resolution, which isn't 1080. It's like these Mac screens are weird. They're around that type of range though. But man, on the screen of the computer, it looked beautiful. These are such good monitors on these MacBooks. The mini LED screens on these were so good. I was like, fuck, this is amazing. And I played around for like half an hour, and it barely went down in battery. I mean, it sucked it way more than just doing normal stuff on these, but I'm telling you, these machines are the future for gaming. If they get it right.
They need
to be
more
fair, it took
accessibility
5 years.
and also like
5 years to get
yeah.
Cyberpunk on there. That's the thing. It's just people aren't going to support it, which 100% makes sense. Mac is like a very small fraction of the market.
That's
Yes.
what I was going to get to. I was going to say, if you're also a gamer and you need it for work, fantastic option to have one computer that does it all.
Yes.
If you're like, hey, I don't have space for a TV or a console, I'm going to spend $3,000 on a MacBook, that sort of makes up for it, I guess. But a console's like $600 and you get a TV for like
Yeah,
$350
exactly.
at the moment. So
Well, I mean, like, for example, not anymore because I got a new PC, but I only really got a PC because I got such a good price on it and I wanted to play games again.
Yeah.
Because I just can't play heaps of stuff on this.
yeah.
But for all my work stuff, this thing trounces on it.
There's a question for you.
Here's an answer for you.
Do you think
No.
Mac gaming would be far more populous if there was more of an indie gaming scene on it as opposed to Windows?
There is a fair bit of an indie gaming scene. Like most indie games, or a lot of indie games, work on Mac that I've seen because they're not very intensive. It's usually the bigger AAA stuff that you can't get.
Yeah.
So you got to think, like, most things that are in the App Store are native to this,
Yeah.
which helps stuff
yeah.
like that.
But if there was more of a, like, what's the word I'm looking for? More of a, I don't know what that noise was from the back of my throat.
We know. We hear it in Discord every night. Sorry.
If the indie scene for Mac was more advertised, if it was more open.
Not really. I don't think I'm ever going to buy a machine for an indie game.
No.
It's very few indie games that I will go back and play a lot. Like Balatro is probably the one that I played the most. There's a lot of good indie games. So indie games are great. They're the reason that that I feel like gaming as a general hasn't stagnated as much with
No, not at all.
creativity.
Most AAA stuff that like where it goes big is something that they looked at an indie game and went,
Exactly.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, no,
Let's
indie games
put
are great.
$400 billion behind it and make something terrible.
Yeah. They better not go away because they're so important. But the thing is, I just personally haven't found a ton that I sink a fuck ton of hours into. But it just takes that one to find some right little thing that ticks that little thing in your brain and you go crazy on it. Like, one of the ones I played a lot was, there's a sequel to it now. It's a roguelite. And you're going through generations of a family, and you go through whenever you die, you get
Rogue's Legacy?
Rogue Legacy. Yeah, I played a fuck ton of the original Rogue Legacy. That was good,
Yes.
but that was very much just turn on and play because it's a very basic,
Yeah.
which is
Which
good.
I'll say, like, quite often during a recording, we'll say, oh, I should go back and play XYZ game. Oh, I should go back and play this. indie games are the ones where I'll actually follow that through. Like I'll go
Oh,
home.
because it's
like,
so easy. It
it's-
doesn't feel like
yeah.
a big
400
thing.
meg. It doesn't take long to download, and you go,
No.
cool, it's on. You play for an hour and a half and go, cool, I'm gonna play something else now.
Yep.
It's
yes.
it's that easy.
Again, convenience versus whatever else is going to versus convenience.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether it be accessibility or financial or whatever.
All right, you had something else you wanted to say, didn't you?
I had a couple. Well, I've already asked one question, but I was going to put it to our listeners as well. What game have you finished the most times? And a second question, both to listeners and to you two. If you were stuck in a room for a year and you had to pick 3 games, what would they be?
This is very similar to the Deserted Island.
This is
question.
very.
It is similar to that. But in this case, like, I would also say as a caveat, you are allowed internet access, but only for the purposes of accessing online services in those games.
I think we could pose that a little differently. I think if you had to pick 3 games that you had to flesh out, say you get 100% on, like get all the achievements or trophies, then you had to finish them within a year, and if you finish them out early...
I feel like that's a different,
That's a
question.
different question. This
Yeah,
is
okay.
if you're stuck in the room and to avoid,
Yeah,
complete
boredom.
boredom,
Yeah.
what games would you pick?
I still think Minecraft's got to be up there, just because endless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to find some big-scale RPG. I mean, probably one of the Fallouts. I've had a bit of too much fun with Skyrim.
Yeah, I feel like
Probably one I haven't played before, like New Vegas.
I
or
feel like
3.
this is going back to literally the answer for Desert Island games, which
It does.
it's
yeah.
like Fallout New Vegas, because I feel like
Well, this is why I also added the caveat of having online access as well, because I thought that might change it up. Because my first one I would pick would be Ark, but it would have to be like so that I can actually have online play, because otherwise there's no real longevity.
oh
to
yeah,
that.
that game sucks without online.
Yeah.
I don't get too
It's-
much of a tangent, but I was playing New Vegas last night, and Fallout New Vegas, I think a reason why people love that so much, and that is their number one game, is that is one of the only games, and that is actually another game that I've played a fuck ton and have beaten heaps. That is one of the only games where I jump back into it and it still feels fresh.
Yeah, I get that.
Like I boot up Fallout 3, Fallout 4, and it feels like I've done most of the things in this. Like there's still a lot of stuff I haven't done, but it doesn't feel like that.
See, Fallout 4 would have been one of my 3 for the room, but I know what you mean by New Vegas definitely feels.
I don't know why. I've
It's
done
different.
basically everything in that game, but there's just enough in it. And it was also last night when I jumped on and played it on PC, I was like, oh, I want to get some mods, but I was like, I can't really be asked. And honestly, this is one of those games where it's old enough, but I still feel like there's so much content. I don't need mods, even though I've played it a billion times. Where if I play Fallout 3, I probably want to chuck some mods on, or 4, and make it a little bit different. Where New Vegas is just different enough, and there's a lot of cool little things you can do in that game.
It's something where, like, it's one of the reasons why I prefer retro games so much. A lot of the systems behind the game, like the mechanics of how leveling works and so on, it all feels convoluted enough that you never feel like you completely understand it. There's still new stuff that you're learning how stuff would interact in terms of like different builds and whatnot.
Yeah. I will say one thing I just thought of on the spot then, and I don't know if this is necessarily it, but one of the reasons why I like New Vegas so much is that the map feels accurate in a sense that when I go to somewhere in New Vegas, there's still going to be like destroyed, dilapidated buildings, but it's going to be like some sort of little settlement or something there. Where if you go into Fallout 3 and 4, there's so much of the city that is just ruined building and it's nothing. The open emptiness of New Vegas is the Nevada desert.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's expected that that's going to be like that. And as soon as you see a structure, there is going to be something there. It can be a destroyed house or something, but there will be something there. Where if you go around Boston or if you go around DC in Fallout, half the buildings are fucked and there's nothing you can do with them.
Which, like,
Thematically makes sense. I know that, but that's
Thematically
not
and
the point.
aesthetically makes sense. But in terms from like, yeah, I get what you mean. From a
Gameplay-wise,
gameplay
yeah.
mechanic, it's boring.
Because exactly, where like I expect if I'm going to start walking through the desert in New Vegas, there's not going to really be much there for a while. And you might see like a little house in the distance and you go there and there'll be like some little thing in it. And it's a lot more expected that there's going to be something there, even though it is probably a bit more of a barren map,
Yeah.
but in a good way. But there's so many. I think the points of interest in that game are so much better in New Vegas. There's so many, like, I can think of most of like the big points of interest off the top of my head and remember them.
Yeah.
Where the ones in 4 and 3, I can't remember a ton of them. Like, what can you remember much in Fallout 4? Like the cool points of interest.
I mean, all I
Like
can think
even
of is
cities.
the pirate ship. Obviously, Sanctuary is the best, not really a hotspot. It's just where you build your first base.
Yeah, and it's also
Yeah.
pretty barren.
Yeah.
I mean, until you make it your main base, then it stops being bad. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And then wherever
Like-
the baseball.
Diamond City.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diamond City, and then you've got like the
I hated getting into that place. It sucked.
Yeah.
Like, the fast travel, yeah, cool, but just trying to navigate it. I got to go over here and you got to run through all these little stupid fucking
things.
houses
Yeah,
and
the back half of that town is
half underwater.
Yeah.
And
It
it's like,
sucks. Yeah. Like I feel like the New Vegas Strip's way better.
yeah.
They break it up, but it's sort of broken up into little things. I will say, New Vegas's DLC definitely makes that game better. Like just having the
so much so.
like the gun runner's arsenal, building outside, having a lot more better weapons and a lot more stuff in it is cool.
Yes, and being able to like actually modify them differently. And
Also, that's one thing I will say. What compared to the other Fallout games, and I'm gonna say this for like all of the Bethesda games versus New Vegas, and why people suck at sticks so much. I think the DLCs in New Vegas are much better. So much better. Every single one adds
Yeah.
a new area.
Sierra Madrid,
Sierra
Old World-
Madre.
Madre, sorry, Old World Blues. You've got
You've got the Big Empty.
a Big Empty. What's the fourth one? Is the
So that we've got Old World Blues, the Sierra Madre. Sierra Madre is called something else though. Dead Money, that's what it's called. You got the one in with Joshua Graham.
Yes, I can't remember the name of it.
It's Grand
Is it-
Canyon. Is it Grand Canyon?
I think so. That's not what it's called though. I can't remember what the
Yeah.
actual DLC is called.
Zion National Park.
Yeah,
It's an actual place in America. I forget the name.
because
of it.
Old World Blues is
National
where
Park is the
Yeah.
place in
yeah,
America.
Yeah.
Old World Blues is where you go with Ulysses and everything,
No.
isn't it?
Old World Blues is the Big Empty.
Okay.
Big Mountain, yeah. No, but you're thinking of that's the last one. That's with Ulysses.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forget the name of it.
All I remember for 4 was I did Far Harbor, and that
Far Harbor was okay.
yes.
those stupid goddamn puzzles though. In
I don't even remember.
you got to move the blocks around or do some weird shit for like the memories.
Yeah.
Core memory. That thing drove me insane. I was like, I can't do it. I was talking to this about McGinnis. I was like, that is just the worst thing to put at the end of a DLC ever.
Yeah. Whereas Fallout 3's DLC, you had the pit,
The pit.
which was okay. Whatever the one was where you went to like the far south, which had all the swamps and like
Your favorite place?
the mutated
Yes,
hillbillies and
I
whatnot.
forget the name of it. And then they had
That was really good.
there was
that
one that was Broken Steel as well.
Yep.
Broken Steel wasn't too bad.
No, it
That's-
was a continuation. Like it was more an expansion than a DLC, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
it took place after the main story.
Yes, and then they had what's the one that you do? You're actually in the war.
Operation Anchorage.
Yeah, Operation Anchorage, and then you had Mothership Zeta.
Which was fun, but
Fun, yeah, but they're good. They're definitely good. I think the pit's probably the weakest out of all of them.
I'd agree with that.
But all the ones in New Vegas, there was only 4 of them.
I've
But-
got them all here if you want me to read
Yeah.
them out. There's Dead Money.
Dead Money, which is the Sierra Madre. Yep,
Yep.
which is really cool how they changed all the gameplay and that. I know some people don't like it.
We've
But
got
I really
Honest
like
Hearts.
Honest Hearts.
That's
Yeah,
it.
You know
that's,
it's in Utah's wilderness.
yep.
There's Old World Blues.
Old World Blues. Yep.
And then Lonesome Road.
Lonesome Road. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a few other like small ones that are like, oh, here's like extra weapons
Like
and then
the
gun
gun
runners
runners.
are.
Like the
one,
Voltec
yeah.
stuff they did in Fallout 4 with like Contraptions Workshop and that, where you could just get all different base building parts and
Yeah,
Yes.
build
similar
different gun
idea,
mods and that
but
sort of thing.
the cool thing is it was all. Oh, they had a couple that were really small, but they're like DLC ones.
Yeah.
Like not DLC. Pre-order bonuses.
Yeah.
But Gun Runner's Arsenal was like, hey, here's like the main weapon shop in the game. We're just gonna fully expand it way more. Give you way more shit. Oh, now you can get like explosive rounds. You can do
Yeah.
this. You can do that. It was really good.
Added the Gauss rifle back into the game, which was amazing.
Yeah, but no, that I whenever I play that game, I want to play all the DLCs because they're so good. I think the worst one is probably Honest Hearts out of all of them, but it's still really good.
I get where you're coming from with that. I probably wouldn't pick it as the worst one.
I don't think it's bad at all. I love it. But I think it's just got the least out of it just because the actual story, what do you remember? It's just the tribes fighting. That's basically all it is. Joshua Graham is a sick character.
Oh, he annoys me.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Because he's the burnt man.
No, not that. Like, I get the whole, like, semi-mythical figure sort of, like, I get all of that. And I like all that. Just him as a character is more just like, fuck, you sound completely up yourself. Like,
oh, I just think how they portray him, I guess you could say that. But he's also a character in a game that...
Okay, I was going to say, like, again, I like it. It's not bad. I would say the Dead Money is my pick for worst. That's...
I can see
the gameplay I like. It's more I dislike in any game when they lock you down to a single location. It's like, cool, you're not allowed to go anywhere else until you finish this in its entirety. It's like, cool, I
get
don't
that.
like that.
I get that, but I mean, I fully get that. But I really liked how much they changed the gameplay.
Yes.
In it a lot. That's... I know we're harping on about New Vegas a bit, but I think you should download it, Ben.
Yeah, I had it. I was looking at it the other night when I updated the Xbox store.
Get it,
I was like,
get it on Game Pass if you can. There's a lot of things because I don't know if you know. Have I told you the story of New Vegas? Like
why Obsidian did it rather than Bethesda?
No, but what the go is with New Vegas. So, Fallout 1 and 2 were made by Interplay and Black Isle Studios.
Yes.
They went under. So did Interplay. So the rights to Fallout got sold to Bethesda. There was a bit of legal trouble there, whatever. A lot of people left Black Isle because they weren't a thing anymore. And a bunch of them went to Obsidian. And a lot of the people, they were making a Fallout 3 at Black Isle for years.
Van
Buren. Those guys happened to work at Obsidian, so when they got the chance to do New Vegas, like, fuck it, let's add most of the stuff that we're going to do for Fallout 3 into this game.
A lot of the side quests and quest lines, in one way or another, were taken directly from Van Buren, modified in some respects.
But there's a lot of stuff, like, it's like
60%
of the game is what it was going to be before. But you can sort of tell that they've got that original Fallout charm in that game with the new modern thing. One little thing that I love, and it seems like such a nothing thing, is that one of the main factions in Fallout New Vegas is called Caesar's Legion. And there's a guy who calls himself Caesar, like Caesar from...
Planet of the Apes.
No, not that.
Julius Caesar.
Yeah, Julius Caesar. And he's basically... All of his troops are like all themed after like Roman soldiers and things like that.
Yeah, basically took over a whole bunch of different tribes and united them all in one sort of thing and just broke them down.
Yeah, they're like slave traders, all this stuff. But one thing I love is because this is a thing that they only really, I feel like, thought about in those earlier Fallout games is that because it's been, 500 years or so since the bombs dropped and everything. Whatever like that. People don't know how to pronounce Caesar. Yeah. So half the people calls him Caesar, half the people call him Kaiser because they don't know how to pronounce the word. And there's little things like that throughout those games that it's like
you'll walk
such a small little thing, but it's like it gives so much
just
depth
what do
to
most
the
of the
world.
legionaries say, like ode be to Kaiser or something like that.
Like Caesar calls himself Caesar.
Yeah.
And a lot of other people do, but a lot of people call him Kaiser because they don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which it's a cool little background thing.
And there's a lot of little things like that throughout all those games. Well, the first two end in New Vegas. There's stuff like that in 3 and 4, but it just doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's like Bethesda do better. I just think it's, especially when you're giving over a franchise like that to someone else, it's always hard to get someone else to jump on it. I think Bethesda has done a great job taking over Fallout because you got to think in history compared to other companies who have given over a massive IP or franchise to other people, usually it loses its identity.
I mean, I can think
Look at Halo.
Yeah. The only other one I can think of that did really, really well is Baldur's Gate 3. Went from who did it originally? It wasn't Bio. No, it was BioWare.
Yeah.
And then like
And Black Isle, I think, as well.
Yeah,
isn't it?
and then Larian Studios. Have
But
done
I will say
amazing with it.
that's a bit different because that's going off Dungeons and Dragons, and it's
The source material stays the same. If it was an original IP and they went in and go, we're not doing any of that anymore, we're just going to make it a standard RPG and not make it turn-based, you'd be like, okay, well, you fucked it. But if it's based on the same sort of thing, and when was Baldur's Gate 2 came out? When did that come out?
like 2004 or something like that.
Yeah. No one's going to remember that other than like the super diehard fans. They could have done whatever they wanted with it and put Baldur's Gate 3 on it. It would have been fine.
Yeah, like they did a great job. Well, Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing.
Yes.
Such a good game. But I feel like it is way more loose with what you can do in those games. Fallout very much is as well.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. You can do whatever in that, but it definitely has an identity that was...
Unique to it. Well,
Yeah.
not even unique to it, but you can play a Fallout game and immediately be like, this is Fallout. And then you go play the Mad Max game and it's like, this is not Fallout, this is Mad Max.
Yes, exactly. And it's...
Of course it is.
No, but I mean, like, you play, okay.
You mean
play
like a survival game in like a destroyed world sort of thing?
either like post-apocalyptic or like
That's the
any
word.
RPG you go and play, if they don't have, like, Baldur's Gate is very much Baldur's Gate. It uses the D&D rule set. It's fundamentally D&D. You go and jump into any other RPG and it's like, okay, this is just an RPG. If it doesn't have that sort of background to it, it's, this is just...
Yeah, I think you're picking a
Different
very
different coat of
particular
paint.
type of game though, because Baldur's Gate, how many other games follow the D&D rule set?
No one... I don't think anyone else
Yeah.
does. I don't think legally they can.
There are a whole bunch of computer games that follow the D&D rule set, but most of them are done in the same sort of vein of like, cool, here's Baldur's Gate 1, 2, 3, here's Neverwinter Nights 1 and 2, here's all the online versions, here's some weird spin-off thing that still uses it. They're all done by a handful of studios that just pass the licenses back and forth, more or less. Whereas any other RPG... I don't even know where I was going with this now.
No, I mean,
You made me-
RPG
you
just
made me
means
lose my
role-playing
orig-
game, so it doesn't have
Yeah.
to do with anything. It doesn't matter what the setting or whatever is. They're always going to be unique, but it has that same core behavior behind it. Whereas D&D stands alone because it's one of the biggest.
The original, and it's a little bit different how they do it, yeah. Like, I'm definitely going to call Baldur's Gate an RPG, but then there's a
it
lot
is.
of other RPGs that play so differently, but still are fundamentally
I
an
mean,
RPG.
you can go and play the... This is what I was going to say. Go and play the Pathfinder games, both Kingmaker and whatever the other one was. They're technically based off very similar rule set to D&D, off 3.5, but it doesn't... You don't play them and go, oh yeah, this is D&D. Yeah, I don't know where I was going.
Yeah, I had a...
Never mind. I lost my point halfway through there.
All right, we had gathered as much.
All right, this is another thing I wanted to say. I know we've got off your question so far. I think we just give up on that now.
Yeah, it was more for the listeners anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Just remember to cut right here, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Do we think there is going to be a new Elder Scrolls first or a new Fallout? The Elder Scrolls 6 got announced, like 7 years ago or something now?
We looked at
Yeah.
this not too long ago. I'm pretty sure it was smack bang on like 7 or 8 years ago.
7 or 8 years ago. But the thing that makes me think it could be Fallout is the TV show.
Yeah.
They'd be stupid not to jump ship.
Microsoft's putting pressure on Bethesda to
Get
fast
something
track
else out,
that.
yeah.
Which I'd seen
Could be good,
things
could be
on,
very bad.
Yes. I'd seen things on both of them, like seeing stuff about how Bethesda is actively working on the next Fallout game. So I thought they should have been working on the next Elder Scrolls game, technically.
They
considering how
probably
long
still
ago-
are, but they're probably just like, people will wait for it. They've waited 10 years or so plus for GTA 6.
Yeah.
People will keep waiting.
Yeah.
Which it's just on, I think, 8 months today or 7 months today till GTA is supposed to come out.
Oh, hectic.
Whether or not it gets pushed back again or not, who knows?
I'm not counting down the days for that.
Yeah.
There's very few games I'm counting down the days for.
I mean, we were looking forward to the Beast, but now it's been delayed.
Yes, Dying Light the Beast is now back to September 19th, which I think is only another month, but
Yeah.
Still,
It's not that
it's
long
annoying.
in the grand scheme of
I'd
things,
rather them
but-
take their time, unlike they did with Dying Light 2.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
I had someone come in the other day asking if we sold Dying Light 1, and I had to disappoint him. I was just like, you won't find it anywhere unless someone trades in a copy, sorry.
No. That was a great game. It was really cool. But fumbled it with 2. It's too
Yeah.
overcomplicated.
I never really played 2.
Some of the parkour was cool. Being able to run, jump, do a 180, and then somehow manage to jump back onto the building you just jumped off made no sense to me.
They got basically completely rid of guns in that second game, didn't they?
Yeah, and the durability thing was very fucking annoying.
I hate when they do things like that. Like,
Well, the first
take
one
away.
had durability, but
Yeah,
it
but
just, it was far more.
you could repair stuff.
Oh, you can't repair
I
it. in
don't
number 2 at
believe
all?
you can repair in 2. It's like you find the weapon or you make it, and it's like cool, it's gone. You make another one.
Oh.
It could be. I could be very off, but I haven't played the game since I
ages,
binged like
yeah.
40 hours on it when it came out.
Yeah, see, that's one of those games that I haven't
Yeah.
got yet, and I've just been putting it off. Just
And there's
like,
a
I'll play
flying
it one day.
broomstick. As one of the, like, you climb the top of the tower, do some challenge parkour puzzle, and you get a flying broomstick as one of the. It was like one of your mobility things instead of a grapple hook.
Yeah, right.
And mine's glitched, so I can just every time I sprint, it just keeps spawning. So I'm just flying around the whole time. Really good for like moving around the map, but I mean, half the fun of that game is running up and doing parkour, and you can't do it if I'm flying on a broomstick.
I hate when games take away things like that. Like when they're like, "Oh, it's because of story reasons we don't have guns anymore in this game," but they were somewhat of a big thing in the first game. It's like,
It added that.
why?
It added that scary element to it because if you shot a gun, you're getting targeted by all the zombies because
Yeah.
they're coming for you.
Mm.
But
And
they,
you'd use them on like the big raids and things like that. Like, it's just annoying when they do stuff
the
like that.
tone
I
of
remember-
2 changed quite a bit with.
I remember
compared to
using
the first
guns in the
one.
first one, but they were never the focus, though.
No, you
Not
get like,
early on. Later on in the game, you can use. There's heaps of them, and there's heaps
like
of
Race's gun or whatever it
yeah,
is, and you get the
yeah.
pistol and some of the AKs.
there's a lot
suck.
of guns end game. I know, but you still did more damage with your melee weapons. I always
Yeah, but
found.
the thing,
Angel Blade was always my go-to,
They're
the modifier.
Yeah.
completely two different situations you'd use them for. You're not running around with the pistol and shooting everyone. You're using all your melee weapons and using the guns when there's
You
heaps
double
of zombies or yeah. So use your head. All right.
All right.
Yeah. Fuck you. Did he have anything else to say?
I've
Nah.
gone through my questions.
Just Battlefield, but I mean, we can just save that for later.
Nah, we'll talk about Battlefield now. So
New Battlefield coming out.
new
Trailer looks
Battlefield
good.
coming out. Trailer looks good.
Yeah.
That's all.
Multiplayer trailer will be out after this, just well after this releases.
Well before, you mean?
No, well,
This will come out in 2 weeks.
yeah, the trailer comes out this Thursday.
Yeah, well before this comes out then.
When's the beta supposed to be opening up?
Oh, I haven't seen anything about the beta.
Oh,
I'm assuming there's
yeah.
going to be one. I will be playing it because everything I've seen so far looks pretty good.
I
but-
always hated multiplayer betas just because it would just cuck me. It'd just be
Yeah.
so fun. Like I played the Battlefield 4, I played the Battlefield Hardline, and the Battlefield 1
Hardline
beta.
sucked.
I really liked the beta, but yeah, no, I know
It's
that
the
game.
same thing with a lot of those games. They go, cool, everyone really likes this beta, and then you get to the real game, and you're like, I don't know what you changed, but everything's different, and I don't like it.
Yep. There's
I
so
don't,
many
I
games.
don't
like
know
that.
how they do it, which I mean, that could work in Splitgate's favor with them pulling back to
Yeah.
taking it off the store and stuff.
Splitgate, if you don't know, they took it off the store or taking it off or would be off by now. And they're putting it back to beta, but also removing it and doing stuff. I don't know how that game failed. I know the guy was acting like an idiot at the Game Awards or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the game itself was really fun. I played it like when it first came out, and I was like, "Fuck, this is so fun." I never got to play the Battle Royale modes, but
No,
I
we
was,
couldn't find a game when we tried to play.
well, that's the thing. After like 2 weeks, it would be dead. You
Yeah.
couldn't play it anymore, like
Which-
any modes.
they're taking it completely offline for like full calendar month. So whether because they're like we just want it to be the best like shooter we can do, and I mean you tried with the first one and it kind of failed, and then this one started off real strong and it's just fallen flat.
I think it was honestly just the PR stuff. Like, why would you do the?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people probably overreacted a bit from that, but at the same time, why would you?
Yeah, why would you go up on stage and tank yourself like that?
I don't. Yeah, I also don't think people playing that game. They need to try and cater for a bit more for the Call of Duty Battlefield community to get them to come across. People who play like Halo and are just people who want to try new games will pick up Splitgate and go, "That's really cool." People playing Call of Duty are still playing Call of Duty from last October.
Yeah.
They're not going, I'm going to try this new game. One, because they don't have hard drive space, but also two, just because they're like, I like this, I don't want to try anything new.
Same with all the CSGO players. They're never going to leave that game unless you can really tempt them.
Yeah, no, but they've got gambling in that game.
Oh well,
so I
they're on
understand it.
CS2 now.
Yeah. On Battlefield, other than, like, I haven't seen anything about it other than that there was a supposed beta coming up soon. Are they going back to modern like Star Warfare, or is it all back
Modern.
Well, I mean, the last one was 2042 was technically still. I mean, it was still current, but I mean, it just was in the future.
A little bit future stuff, yeah.
There wasn't too much tech other than like random EMP things and abilities you could use, but it wasn't too far-fetched. It wasn't like the Call of Duty when they've got like mech suits on and all that sort of rubbish. But yes, it looks more like early, like mid-2000s type.
Grounded Modern Warfare type of stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
so back to what
But
4 was.
they're adding a... Keenan was saying they're adding a
Battle Royale.
Battle
type.
Royale.
Like when they did Firestorm or whatever it was, but they've changed it a little bit now to make it a little bit. Also, I wouldn't take that with a massive grain of salt. Keen, he gets his news mixed up quite often, so
Okay, yeah.
he's not going to watch this, so I'm not calling him out.
Yeah.
Even though he says he does on Spotify. No one watches on Spotify.
Actually, no, we have a lot of people listen on Spotify.
Interesting.
We get more people listen on Spotify than YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
But
yeah, apparently the storm, they're trying to counter storm camping, and if you touch the storm, you die, and there's like a respawn set up at the start of it. Again, we're not going to fact check this. Someone will call us out.
I'm very over games having Battle Royale. Like, I really am. It's super saturated, but...
We're not getting into your goddamn save the world thing again.
Yeah, shut
No,
up.
I wasn't looking at that. I was just like laughing because I've been over Battle Royales.
You never got into it, though.
No, I was over them when
You
they
didn't
first
follow
got
your
introduced.
friends.
I
You
was
didn't-
fucking over all the porn games that you fucking go into. So...
Now your credit card company says no, Brock, so
Yeah.
you can't do it anyway.
We are going to talk about
we will.
that at some point.
Yeah, we will.
Anyway,
We
yeah.
will. But let me finish.
Yeah.
It's what I was going to say is...
Brock finished under his desk.
there is so many... I'm so over Battle Royale getting added to games, mostly because it's always half-assed. No one tries. It's just shit.
Yeah.
It's an excuse to put more skins in so you look
Yeah,
better in
it's
game.
an excuse to try and pull more people in. I will say, I feel like Battlefield really leans itself into being a good Battle Royale. The gameplay of that game is very much like PUBG, but first person. So I feel like something that's a bit more not as arcadey as your Fortnites and your Warzone, which Warzone is very arcadey in its Battle Royale. It would be nice to have something that's a bit more refreshing and maybe more squad based.
They need to find a way to put it in as like sort of tactical shooter and like with that arcadey touch, but also a bit milsim. So it's like you gotta go do objectives and then you get access to the zone or early or vehicles or something like that, and make it more than just, hey, there's 4 of us, we're gonna go kill all other 96 people in the lobby. They need to make it a little bit more tactical and actually make it worthwhile. Even just make it like, I know, 6 teams of 3 or 6 teams of 4 or something like that. So that way, the smaller map, you actually have to think about what you're doing. Because if you get shot or something across the map, you get...
The stuff I'd seen for Battlefield 4, the most fun everyone was having was when it was, hey, you're still in like 4-man squads or whatever, but it's like just 2 opposing teams. You're just working with your squad to achieve your team's objectives and try and...
Conquest modes.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's just in the base game, which Conquest, I love Conquest. And that the war mode from World War II Call of Duty. Where you're
I was just about to say, that mode, that is one of the modes in the last probably 10 years. That game's coming up on probably 10 years old though.
Yeah, probably.
Was so good.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was just
Which mode was this?
War.
So it was called War, is in
technically
COD
like
World
Rush.
War II. It was like Rush, so you just got to like push against and try and push this tank along a map.
Oh, okay.
But it got so intense and it was so good. Like, all of my mates jumped on. Like, this is so good. We were playing the most that we'd played COD in years.
And it was hard too, because like as you get closer to the enemy, they would have like different structures and stuff they could stand in, because you're just following a trench, and like you could get up and get a little bit of height and all that sort of thing. But it wasn't just, okay, there's a big wall and you just go fight each other at once. It's very tactical for what it was.
It was very action packed, and it was always back into the action fairly quick. It was just a really fun mode.
And the games could go for ages.
They would. They would go for ages. Really fun. They don't think they added that to another COD.
They didn't.
Which is weird because it was so loved and people really liked it.
Maybe Vanguard, because that was also that World War II era. But
I never touched that one.
No, after...
Oh, no, I did.
I didn't have... I think it was World War II, then they did Vanguard and something else and something else. I think the next one I got back in was Cold War, and I played like 4 hours of that, maybe.
Yeah, I've been so out of the COD multiplayer for so long. They've just... It's fun, but it's not...
It's fun for 3 weeks. You need to be able to rent the game.
Yeah. go back and rent stuff. But last thing we were going to talk about is Brock wanted to talk about some new goon material that he found.
What was this?
You're going to talk about some new goon material that you found.
I do not remember what you're talking about. Sorry.
What did you want to talk about?
I've gone through my 2 questions. They were my topics.
We'll talk about it later. It's not important. There's no catch or interesting part about that stupid credit card thing.
Oh, that okay. Yeah. Steam apparently taking a whole bunch of porn games and stuff off because of pressure from credit card companies, which I don't buy.
You don't buy credit cards, or you
I
don't buy
I don't
Guna
buy
games?
that there was pressure from credit card companies.
But can we just get confirmation you do buy Guna games?
You can see my Steam library. You know exactly what kind of games.
We'll
I've
link it
got.
in the description.
Yeah.
Um,
Honey Pop 24/7.
Brock did get he got last night. Jacob told a very long-winded story about this new metallic coating or something for the underside of jets or something like that. And then he got to the end, he goes, yeah, it makes them go, the faster they go, the stronger the material on the jet goes. And he goes, just look up sonic inflation.
Yeah.
And it took him like 4 minutes to get this joke out. And as soon as it went through, because he was telling it to Keen, he wasn't telling it to Brock. And then Brock's like, oh, for fuck's sake. And it was
Because I started getting drawn in. It sounded really cool. And he's like describing all this stuff. And then, yeah, he drops a punchline. I'm just like, fuck you, you asshole.
He does. He can tell a good joke, but fuck me, he's got some bad ones.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite part of Metal Gear Solid is when they go, oh, well, look, there's solid metal gears. And that's all his humor is. It's hilarious.
Well, which is weird because, I mean, like, he could easily make jokes like that because there's a joke in Metal Gear Peace Walker, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, where you're a snake and you go up to the back of a truck and you open it up and he's like, Metal Gear? And there's just a Metal Gear in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
And then you open the next one and Kojima's in there. He just goes, and then you recruit him.
I do have a funny TikTok to show you actually after this.
No one has a
similar vibe to the Invisible. I was like, this is a really cool video. Then I was like, I'm going to bed now. It got me.
That's
good.
fair. I feel like there was something else I wanted to say, but I don't remember. Hey, Brock, is there something to say? We'll say it on the next one.
We will save it there.
All right, well, we'll save it there, guys.
That's not what we were talking about. That's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.